Named after its inventor, Professor Tohá, it offers a good cleaning capacity. It is considerably cheaper and it respects nature in a most stringent way, the Tohá system. In his laboratory, Professor Tohá has set up a biofilter to conduct experimental research. He explains.
Corresponde a un modelo de laboratorio.
What you see here is a laboratory model of the biofilter to clean wastewaters of domestic or industrial origin. This biofilter has the following structure.
En la primera parte,
in the first step, there is a layer of organic material with living creatures, micro and macroorganisms. And when the wastewater passes through that layer, these organisms pick up, absorb and digest the organic matter, separating wastewater from its main contaminant. In the second step, there is a layer of sawdust, supporting the layer above, and this provides additional filtering. In the third step, there is a gravel layer, supporting yet other layers, and in the fourth step, larger stones enable an aerated system and the continuation of the filtration process through the biofilter, which always remains permeable. The water runs through the filter just by gravity. It emerges below, clean, without organic matter, and the microorganisms which are still present are eliminated afterwards by a secondary treatment. Here you see a closed ultraviolet chamber. Professor Tohá explains its function.
In the
second part of the wastewater treatment, we benefit from the capacity of an UV lamp to eliminate the microorganisms remaining in the cleaned water emerging from the biofilter. The water flows in a thin layer in the lower part of this UV chamber, and the water is exposed to the sterilizing effect of ultraviolet radiation. The biological oxygen demand determines the amount of organic matter present in the water. In the untreated water, it reached about 250 milligrams per liter. Furthermore, we measure the amount of total suspended solids, fine particles floating in the water. A part of them evaporates when heated, the so-called volatile suspended solids. Finally, we measure total nitrogen and phosphorus. High concentrations of them lead to algae blooms and oxygen depletion. All these parameters for measuring water pollution are reduced dramatically by the Tohá system, between 62 and 91%.
This pilot plant is comparing the efficiency and cost of the old system of a settlement pond to a new Chilean invention, an ecological biofilter system. The new system is treating the domestic wastewater of 1,000 locals at a rate of 1,000 litres of sewage per square metre, twice as fast as the conventional system. Human and industrial wastewater are the main sources of global pollution, contaminating both water and soil. Most of us never see wastewater, but it's barely recognizable and before being treated, decidedly unhealthy.
The problem with existing treatment plants like this one is that they're slow, they require continual maintenance, they take up an awful lot of land space and plenty of energy. As well as that, the chlorine, which is added as a disinfectant towards the end of the process, can combine with nitrogen to form a harmful chemical compound. This is then pumped out into river systems and the sea, creating a potential environmental hazard. And of course, if you've ever lived or worked anywhere near one of these plants, you'll be only too familiar with the distinctive and highly unpleasant odour.
First, wastewater is sent through a biological filter.
The wastewater containing suspended solids and organic matter is scattered over a layer of humus or soil containing billions of microorganisms, as well as tens of thousands of these, Eisenia, a species of common earthworm that coexist with the microbes. Together they form a natural partnership. The microbes break down the liquid and solid wastes, and the worms feed off the microbes. In return, as the worms move through the soil, they create pathways, allowing air to circulate and introducing oxygen, which the microbes need in order to stay alive.
All this results in reducing the number of organic compounds in the outflow by an incredible 96%. The second stage is an electromagnetic process to eliminate the rest of the microorganisms from the biofilter discharge.
If you look under here, you'll see there are 5 ultraviolet fluorescent tubes. Well, as the water passes through the shallow basin, it's irradiated by the UV beams, and that kills all the remaining microorganisms. So then the water is fully treated and can safely be recycled for agriculture or industry.
The system is claimed to be 100% successful. Before irradiation, there are still 10 to the 5 fecal coliforms per 100 millilitres in the water, a very harmful brew. But afterwards, there are none. The purification is only possible because the water is so clear after the worms have done their work. If it contained any solids or was murky and opaque, the UV beams would be absorbed and fail in their task. Dr. José Tohá from the University of Chile's physics department runs the experiment and is very happy with the results.
This is good for 1,000 people. The treatment is quick and the consumption of the organic material is totally aerobic. The system can be used anywhere.
The biofilter's next task is to clean industrial organic wastes from local fisheries, slaughterhouses and dairies. Those worms have got a lot of work to do.